Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jess, and today we're back with another wine night. I don't remember the last time I've actually had wine at our wine nights. But anyway, today I wanted to talk to you guys about my summer bucket list because summer is officially over and it is now fall time. I believe fall starts on the 22nd of September. So I wanted to go through the things that I had put on my summer bucket list and talk about what I did, what I didn't do, and my experience because I feel like my list was very ambitious and I purposefully, I knew in the back of my head a couple of the things that I wanted to get done, but I didn't really look at it and try to cross it off. So let's see how I did. Also, I itched myself and so now my skin is crazy red. My skin just gets like that. It's crazy. Anyway, before we get started, as always, if you have any recommendations for me, feel free to leave it in the comments below, or if you have recommendations for true crime stories, you can always feel free to leave it in the Google form that's in the description. I always love to know what you guys want to see. It's always nice to know because I want to make what you guys want to see. Feel free to leave any comments, things in the Google form, whatever you feel like, and otherwise we'll just jump right in. So I made a video about my summer bucket list. I actually got this idea from another YouTuber and another video that I saw, and I thought it was a really interesting idea of trying to do all of these things over the summertime. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this was because now that I'm not in school anymore, there's no official summer. I'm working throughout the summertime, and so I really wanted to have this fun summer time where, a couple of months I can really focus on doing things that I want to do and not only on working and the grind that I normally feel like I experience, especially over wintertime when it's dark and you're just inside, and so you can feel like you want to be more productive. So I'm going to open up my book here and kind of read off the things that I had, and I crossed a couple of them off, but we'll go through them. So I had this bucket list set as goal items as well as bucket list items, and I'm going to go over the bucket list items first because I feel like those were the ones that I had more control over, whereas the goal items were a lot of stretch goals that I really wanted to try to achieve, but I felt like were very out of the possibility or the realm of what I could accomplish in the summertime. And that's okay. The whole point of my goal items was that I wanted to see where I could get to by the end of the summer. So again, I haven't really looked at this list in a really long time, so I'm going to check it out. The first item on the bucket list was to go camping, which I did do. I went on my solo trip, and that was a camping trip, and I hadn't been camping in probably at least 3 or 4 years probably, and I had so much fun. I actually learned a lot on that camping trip, especially how P would react on a camping trip, and then I also realized that my tent poles were actually stretched out. So now I know I need to fix that before I take anyone else camping. They still worked and I know how to MacGyver the situation, but it's nice to know that that's something that I have to think about in the future. The next item on my list is to go on vacation. I'm not sure if I consider this, but I did. Well, you guys tell me what you think about this. Ryan and I went to vacation in Big Bear, and I'm not sure if that counts because we've been to Big Bear before and there's a cabin that we have access to there. So I don't know, to me it didn't feel as much like vacation, but it was P's first time there. And in addition to that, we did have an extra day off work and things like that. So in that sense, it kind of was like vacation. I also did have a trip with my friends where we went to Disneyland, which I'll get into in a little bit, but that was a trip where I spent the night and all of that. So I don't know, I feel like partially that counts as vacation as well, but I don't know. I think that counts. I think vacation doesn't always have to be a crazy long trip. It can be an additional day off work or even the weekend getaway kind of idea. And then obviously in addition to that, I did have my camping trip, which I think I had mentioned in my video. I'm okay with things kind of overlapping a little bit. I don't know. I think between those three mini maybe vacations, I went on vacation at some point. The next item on the list was beach day, and I was just thinking about this and I was like, I know I went to the beach, but when did I do this? And I actually went to a dog beach with Ryan and two of my friends who I used to live with when I lived in Orange County, and it was actually a lot of fun. We got the chance to meet up again because we hadn't from COVID and all of that kind of stuff, and from just me moving and being in different cities, it was just inconvenient to meet up. And luckily this beach was in between all of the houses that we live at, so it worked out really well, and my friends got to meet P, which was really nice, and it was just a really nice relaxing day with my friends, which I really needed. And it's just nice to chill at the beach too, so did get to go on my beach day. The next item on my list was to go to Disney, which I was mildly unsure if that was even actually going to happen. My friends and I had slightly discussed it, and I had it in the back of my head that I really wanted to make it work, but at the same time I was like, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, especially because I had just gone to Disney in May. But luckily I did get the chance to go. So I went to Disney with two of my friends, which I mentioned in a video, and it was so much fun. And I'm actually going to skip ahead to another one, which is have a day/night out with my friends. And I'm going to mix that with my beach day as well as my night out after or before, Disney. For my beach day, I got to spend the day with my friends. So we got food and hung out. But at Disney, also the night before we met up and we spent the night at the hotel. And that night before we went out for drinks and we had food, and it was like a really nice night out that I was really looking for my friends or with my friends. In addition to that, I also had a night out with some of Ryan's friends where we all met up and we got drinks, and then we went to another bar and got drinks there. So again, kind of like the vacation thing, I think with a combination of these, I did have that night out with my friends that I was looking for. And personally, I'm someone that doesn't really like to get crazy with these nights out. I just like to have some time dedicated to spending time with friends and having that quality time and doing something a little out of the normal. The last item that is on my bucket list is to go on a solo trip, which I did get to do. And that was part of my camping trip. Again, I was cool with some of these things meshing, especially because I didn't want to spend a ton of money over the summer. And I also didn't have a ton of time, realistically, only 3 months to do all of these things. And I also have to work, so I can't just take a ton of time off. So I did get to go on my solo trip. I felt like it was so needed. I really, really, really loved it. I had such a fun time doing things by myself. I think it's always so nice to go with friends or family or, Ryan, for example. But at the same time, you get to do so many different things when you go by yourself, and you get to push your boundaries a little bit more. You get to do what you want to do instead of having to figure out what another person wants to do. So I really did enjoy going on this solo trip. So those were all of my bucket list items. I was pretty proud because I felt like I accomplished every single bucket list item that I wanted to accomplish. And again, these were the ones that I felt like I had much more control over versus the goal items where a lot of these were stretch goals and things that I was like, it would be really cool if I could do this thing, and this number or this goal would set me on the track to hitting bigger numbers or bigger incentives in my life personally. So that's where these come in. So my first goal item was a day with no work. And I did get a chance to do this. I had such a blast. I had a full day where I got to spend time with P, and I just got to do whatever I felt like. I read a ton, and I think this kickstarted my reading journey of I really, really, really want to read more. I had such a fun time. I went to a coffee shop that I really love, and it just felt very freeing to be able to do whatever I felt like and not feel like, oh, I need to go do this thing. And there were a lot of times where I felt like I needed to do work, and I'm pretty sure it's because I wanted to, because I love this type of work. But at the same time, it was just so nice to be like, no, today's your day to relax. So I was really happy that I was able to make that work. My next one was to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. And I did not hit 500 subscribers, but I did increase my subscriber count. And honestly, the bigger part of this is that I started challenging myself to up my video editing skills and change up the way that I'm doing it. I feel like I've been much happier, especially with my true crime intros and things like that. So I feel like even though I didn't hit that number, again, this was a stretch goal, and I was just proud of the content that I was creating more and more. And that's really what I'm in this for, along with really getting some stories out there and having fun on these Saturday videos. So I didn't hit that goal, but I'm really happy with the things that came out of trying to achieve that goal. My next goal was to reach my goal weight. I was so close. I am 2 pounds away from hitting my goal weight, but again, this one is more about how I'm getting there and having a healthier lifestyle, exercising more often, really considering what I'm putting in my body, figuring out how it is that I'm feeling and those kinds of things. And I'm feeling so much better, so much healthier. I feel like I can do so much more now. And it's actually pretty interesting because I think a lot of people have been noticing my weight loss. A lot of people have commented on it, and I think a lot of times people are nervous to comment on those types of things. So it made me feel really good that I was doing something that was noticeable. I felt way more confident over the summer. So I've overall been really happy, even though I haven't quite hit that goal. I'm really excited on the way that I'm going. And this is really a life change, not a quick sporadic change. So I'm okay with the fact that I did not hit this goal. The next goal was to exercise every day, which is another one that I did not hit. And this one was really tough because there are definitely days where I was way too tired, or for example, on my Disney day, I just was with my friends and it would be weird if I was like, hey, hold on one second, I have to go work out real quick, especially considering the next day I was going to walk like 9-10 miles. So I was also okay with the fact that I did not hit this goal. It's what it is, and it's just not realistic to expect to exercise every day. However, I have worked out a majority of the days of the summer, and I was really proud with the way that I've been doing it, especially because now when I don't work out, my body feels like, oh my God, I need to get this energy out, which has been really, really nice because before it was like a chore to work out. So now it's something that I really look forward to every single day. The next goal was that I wanted to make enough money dog sitting to buy me out of my second job that I had. And that I was able to do. I have made enough dog sitting money where I do not have to work that second job for at least another year or so. I have continued to dog sit throughout this time so that I can essentially buy myself out of ever having to do that second job again, which I anticipate will happen within the next few months. I would like that to happen by the end of 2022 or maybe like mid 2022, but at least for the time being, I don't have to do that second job, and that really gives me so much more time in each of my days, more time with P, more time with my friends and family, and it feels really nice to have that time back. And that leads into so many of the other things that I've been doing, like reading, exercising, eating healthier, and really focusing on myself. So I've been really happy that that was a goal I was able to achieve. The next goal I also did not hit, and it was to watch the next 2 Lord of the Rings movies with Ryan. I thought this would give us more bonding time, but things have been so insane lately. Ryan's been moving, and I was trying to go on my trips, and I've been doing dog sitting and working, and there's just so much that's been happening that it wasn't something that we were able to fit in. We did watch other movies though, like The Matrix. I think we watched the 3rd one. That was another series we were rewatching because we both hadn't seen it in years. So we didn't watch Lord of the Rings, but it's still on our list and we're going to do that eventually, and we did get some quality time regardless, and that was the whole point of that goal. The next item on my goal list was to finish The Alienist, which was the book that I was reading, plus at least one more book. And I actually did a really good job with this one. I finished The Alienist, Verity was my next book, and then I read The Institute and Sharp Objects. So right now I am on my 5th book of the summer. I haven't finished that 5th book, but I read 4 books over the summer where I was trying to read 2. So I was very successful with this goal, and I was really excited that I have learned how to make this another part of my day. So now it's like exercise, reading, and doing my YouTube work along with my regular work all in one day. And at first I was like, there's no way that I can make this possible. I'm too tired. And now that I'm really excited about reading again and have been more efficient with my time, I feel like I've been able to fit everything in appropriately and have been able to accomplish all of these things pretty much daily. And sometimes obviously I'm not in the mood or I'm tired, but aside from that, I'm pretty excited about all of these things and I make it work. My last item on the list was to hit 150 sales at work. At the time I had recorded the video that I made, I was at 41 sales. So at the very beginning of the summer, I was at 41 sales. Unfortunately, I did not hit 150, but I hit 140. And I was so excited by this. I hit over 100 of them. And in the time frame of people getting hired around the same time as me, I am one of the top. So while I didn't hit 150, I think this was yet another stretch goal that was way above what I thought I could achieve, and I got pretty close to it. So I was really excited that I was even able to get that much. Those were all of the items that were on my list, and I'm really excited with the way that it all turned out. I think that I did a pretty good job considering a lot of these were stretch goals. A lot of these were things that I didn't think I was going to be able to accomplish at all. So I was really happy that I did. I think that having these goals was really helpful for me to put into into perspective, it was like a short-term, long-term goal situation, like on a shorter term, but longer than like a week or two. So within the 3 months, I really had time to make things happen and to change habits, which was really, really, really important to me. I think with things like working out, reading more, things like that, changing habits is what I was really trying to get at. And I was really happy with the way that it turned out. So that is my summer recap. I'm so sorry that this video is late. I feel like the last couple of videos have been a little late because it's been chaotic lately, but I think everything is going to be slowing down, thank goodness. So I really appreciate you all for watching and staying tuned. Again, if you guys ever have recommendations, feel free to let me know in the comments or in the Google form. I always love to know your recommendations. I'm gonna go finish this wine because I have not had wine in ages, so I'm gonna enjoy this and hang out with P some more, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Bye guys.